Hi, you guys. This is Orla Moore, and I'm back. This is your Tarot Daily for January. For real, we're just gonna do it like that. For real. Maybe there's some things that need light shed on it. Something that's not coming into focus. I don't know. Oh, my mess and stuff. Okay, there we go. That's better. You guys, I don't know what today is going to bring. Let's see what's going on for everybody. Alright. Let's stop there. I don't really know if I like what I'm seeing. Let's get down to the bottom of it though. Okay. Alright. Underneath the deck is the death card. So there's definitely some processes being completed at this time. Whether you want to or not, okay? And I feel with this card being the theme, that's the underlying energy. There's some anxieties. I think trouble sleeping, maybe some headaches, neck aches, issues, tensions lying in the shoulders. These swords are endless. The thoughts can go on and on and on and on, and you could really think yourself into a very stressful position. It's 11:11. I don't even know. I'm not even gonna answer that right now. But yeah, there, and with it being a 9, and I have the death card here, there's maybe some anxieties about something that you did end, or something that you are going to have to start new. It's like coming to terms, having to go through the process of coming to terms with something, being done, being over with, changing drastically, or yesterday might have been, I don't know, like things can change in a day, definitely, for sure. Your whole life can change. But I definitely, maybe there has been trouble sleeping or something like that. Nightmares. If you're dreaming about people or things that you've had to end recently or are about to end recently, and there's some confusion or anxiety about it, I do feel that you have been on another level, like another playing field. And the things going on in the subconscious, things going on in the psyche, are being brought up for deliberation, bringing up for coming up for re-examination. And I do feel they're like deep seated though, like something must end, some cycle must end. Things from your past have to end. Traumas, pains, hurts, fears. Confronting your fears can be the hardest thing to do. I promise. Everybody has to do it. Everybody. They have to go through it. But I'm going to go ahead and get into the rest of the reading, because I don't know what you're so worried about. In the position of love, we have, for friends, familial, enemies and lovers alike, there's the Ace of Cups. So earlier, when I was talking on the other video about love of self, self-worth, self-respect, I mean, this comes into play here. This comes into I'm caught between glimpsing and regaining. Take a look into the matters of the heart and in love, period. You got the Ace of Hearts. Ace of Cups. And the love, section. I mean, how appropriate can that be? How more appropriate could that be? Maybe there's some games being played, or you feel like you're just a part of the game, or a part of the, maybe a pawn, or you could be a rook, knight, queen, king. It doesn't matter at this point. But you're a major player. I had spades in my mind, you know what I'm saying? So I get excited every time I see the Ace of Hearts. It's just something, I got a spade tattooed on my back. I like spades. I like the suits. They are very appropriate. It did say Ace of Hearts. I feel like you may be conquering an old feeling of not being worthy, or not being equipped, or not being ready. And that's where some anxieties can come from. If you were feeling before that you didn't have it, or you didn't know what it was, wow, kill it. No pun intended. No, and my condolences to those who are dealing with an actual death, or somebody who's passed prior. That could be troubling you too. But nevertheless, you have something new coming in that will fill you emotionally. That is outpouring. This Ace of Cups, I always think about how in love you have somebody who has a very large cup, and then somebody who has a small cup. And you pour your love into it to over capacity, and they're flooding with emotion. Yet, if they were to take that little cup and try to fill your big cup, it would never suffice. So take this opportunity to increase your capacity for love, for forgiveness, for remorse. Not remorse, but for forgiveness, for compassion and empathy. Like, increase your own depth of love. The more you know you have to give, you should teach yourself as well how much more you deserve. Just to be even now, just be on a, you can give a lot of love. A lot of people tend to say, when I love hard. So I give it all I've got, and I want somebody to do that too. Well, you have to be able to receive as much as you're trying to give out. You have to be open to it. You have to be equipped to do that. Because sometimes your tendency may be to pour and pour and pour and pour, making sure that everybody's okay, being of service and being that love and being that anchor. You're going to need one too. You're going to need to fill yourself when you aren't feeling so full. So you're going to have to find a way to receive love, pleasure, delight in all aspects, and all love matters, even from your enemies. Find something satisfying related to love, though. Every emotion stems from love. I was just thinking this morning how somebody that I've been having qualms with at work, I was like, it just occurred to me, I'm like, this person really likes me. Goes back to school, high school, elementary school. That boy's picking on her. He must like her. Those are love taps. And not saying that that's okay. No abuse is okay. Not verbal, not mental, not psychological, emotional, physical. None of it. Not sexual, no, none of that. Okay? So I'm not saying that. I'm not condoning that. But what I'm saying is sometimes people act with those strange emotions. Confrontation. Knight of Swords is how this day progresses, okay? So even confrontation of some sort, or talking too quickly, or putting their foot in their mouth, saying things against you and your character, even those types of things, even jealousy, envy, this supposed anger or hatred that a person has towards you, they really have an affinity towards you. Even Donald Trump, some people dislike him, and they're like, oh, he's this and he's that. But on a certain level, I feel some of those people who have so much hatred for him envy him in a way. His money, or how he did just do something that is so hard to do. This is not even something that you tried to really tried to do and really tried to develop. You just said, I'm going to run for president. And it was that easy for this scumbag. So something that people love, their country, they're going to bat for it. They're really like, okay, now what the hell? How could this drastic transformation, you know what, end up being so meddlesome, it's got you on edge, cringing at something. But return back to the pure source of love with this one. Even thine enemies. There's a way to love someone without giving too much of yourself, without sacrificing too much. You know what I mean? It's the little things. To not react, to not get your emotions involved. This is unexpected with the King of Swords here. To just come from a logical place. Like, really think it through. Like, what is really plaguing me? Like, what is the real problem? There isn't one. It's just a variation of what love is. So I do feel that in the workplace, finances, career, you may have grand plans and visions, and now it's time to pick a direction in which you want to travel with it, which way you want to go. I see all elements in this card, like on some real shit. You have the wands, you have the water, you have the earth and the home, and you have the air, the sky. Sky's the limit. Also, just to have to decide what's coming next. Well, not what's coming, rather where I'm going, where I'm taking this. What am I going to do with this newfound potential? But it has to align with your spirit in an elevated way. The staff he's actually holding is up higher than the other. So taking the high road, again, going back to troublesome emotions and anxieties. Taking the higher road in the situation, looking at it from a higher perspective. Not just being outside looking in, but being above it and looking down on the situation. You can see more aspects of what's really going on. It's like being in a pool and you think you're drowning, but everybody can see that you're in a shallow end. All you have to do is stand up and you'll see that you're not sinking at all. That's the kind of feeling I get here. Like, these anxieties are not necessarily leading you into a place of depression and sadness and stagnation, and I really don't. I feel like there's just, when it comes to having to make a decision, I don't know why everybody gets so stuck, and myself included. I'm not just talking to y'all, but everybody just gets so stuck. Like, if you don't make the correct decision, oh my gosh, things are going to crumble. No, that's life, baby. You gotta make a decision. Inaction is a decision, and it doesn't get you to your desired outcome or where you want to be. So I'm gonna pull out some more cards and see what's going on. I know this. I've been recording for a minute. I was trying to make these shorter. I get to talking. I get long-winded talking about other stuff, politics. You're just not finding what it is you're looking for, I think. What you think is so deep may not be. You're overthinking it. Or you're not trusting your source. So sometimes I see the hermit as somebody else, an informant or a higher power, where you can actually get these answers that you're looking for. But I mean, you may be looking in the wrong place. Or like I said, just overthinking things and therefore second guessing. Second guessing every step you make. But with these two energies here, I really feel like a decision is going to have to be made. While you may want to sit steely and take your time, be logical, and be really judgmental about something. Look at it through and through and analyze it prior to making a concise decision. I mean, you may be called to make a decision before you think you're ready, or it's really up to you. Nobody can force you to do it, but and you just might be trying to get your thoughts together, and that's been a little this card has popped out twice, and I wasn't sure if it was meant for me to keep, but yeah. There's still a sense of loss. There's still a sense of not having. You know what I mean? There's something that you're going without, and I think that's because of the death card coming in. So yes, there are anxieties, there are worries, there are overthinking and this and that. But I believe in an event to think yourself through a situation. I mean, there's a lot of mental energy here as far as the sword suit. Okay. As far as the sword suit goes, oh, I'm gonna keep that one. That was at the bottom of the deck. All right. But I see the worry, I see the darkness, but I see just as much light and positivity. The Knight of Swords may not be as much as an issue. It may be something that's needed. And I say that because here comes another knight, the Knight of Cups. And I feel like there's some type of, I've been thinking truce. Some type of, like I said, it comes to some type of understanding here. All that overthinking is only going to run you ragged, have you going in circles. I'm getting nausea, the feeling of being nauseated. But Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. These two popped out. Protection. I definitely see protection. Not only do we have a king here, which I always see kings as protectors, providers and protectors. I mean, he's the ace of the king of swords. So he's definitely in a role of leadership and authority. So I tend to see stern father figures here, or managers, or people dealing with the law and keeping things in order, or abiding by a certain set of rules, like your doctor, lawyers, MPs, and military, people, contractual type of energies. But I feel there's some type of headway being made. Or if I look at it as something that the King of Swords is offering, if I cover this King of Swords up with this Knight of Cups, I feel like what you're expecting from the King of Swords is not the stance he's taking. And I just think you're so ready to rise, like you're ready to pounce. And I think it's because your anxieties and you're overthinking. Like, it might be something so simple, that you think it's bigger than it is, and therefore that Nine of Swords comes in. But I feel that it's an end to that for the simple fact that the Ace of Cups is here. The Ace of Cups tells me that there is something new, a new ground being broken, especially with this Death card, a new way of feeling and even thinking about a situation. So I do think you have been putting too much energy, and the Hermit is a 9 as well. Too much energy, too much time, too much worry and doubt about a situation or a person. This King of Swords can represent an Aquarius, Aries, or Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I said Aries. I'm thinking because I don't know. The Aries Emperor comes off as a boss to me. He's always some type of boss. So with even me saying manager and boss, like it could be. You could be with the Two of Wands here in career and finance. You could be thinking about what you want to do about that. Like ultimately, overall, long and short term goals. Because of the situation at hand, like you may be getting hours cut. You may be losing finances. The company may be downsizing. So there's a codependency with those finances, or having to earn, or having to, seek out shelter as far as more hours, or maybe your household's in disarray because of the lack of finances, or the feeling of being in lack of finances. So return back to a hopeful place. Like everything's okay, everything will be okay. And the Ace of Cups comes in. It's a good day to be pampered. Pamper your damn self. Paint your own nails. Wash your hair. Clean up your room. Clean up your house. And consider that taking care of yourself. Doing that will take your mind off of things. Take your mind off of things. Because those things will still be there later on. And I feel like if you uncloud your space, you uncloud your judgment in your mind. So therefore you're not so scattered. I really think there's more of a mutuality than you think. Like, you may be more, and now the nausea is subsiding. You may be more connected to this person or this situation than you realize. Like, you're seen as a vital part of the situation. Like, I think on a outward level, a person out looking in towards you, they may see this here, but this is what you're portraying, like in your private underlying, just within self. But you may be viewed as the Queen of Wands. You could be coming off as the no person, or just very technical to the point with that King of Swords. But like I said, I think there's a mutual respect there. And that Ace of Cups coming in love, you know what I mean? This is important. This is important to be on an even keel with someone, to be on, now we understand each other. If somebody thinks you're coming off as the King of Swords and they're coming towards you with the Knight of Wands, like, I'm gonna get you before you get me, or I'm gonna bring it to you, because this is what you're portraying to me. You can lighten that with the Knight of Cups. You can transform that energy just from what's radiating in your self-love, love life, spirituality. You can change the focus. You can change the direction of things. You change the direction. It's your choice to take the high road. It's your choice. And you have a lot of support. No matter how much you feel like you don't, you're still being supported. This was necessary. This was vital. Okay? Definitely was vital. And I think there was a lot of confrontation, confusion, back and forth battling, arguing, mental games, mental drain, I would say. And it's like, I don't want you to internalize that. Let that shit go. They're gonna go on with their day, and it might bother them a little bit, but it's taking a toll on you. So let this Ace of Cups bring in this freshness, this newness, this healing, this perspective of change in a positive way. Let it shine. Because it's coming. Mutual respect, admiration, partnership. Let's see if I can get a card to conclude this reading. Yes, it's gonna get better. Yes, to whatever you had on your mind, and the light that's getting so bright right now. Yes. 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 It will. Nine of Cups. Don't be smug about it when it happens. Don't gloat. Don't be boastful. Just take it in and enjoy it. You deserve it. We go from the Nine of Swords, the Hermit with a 9, these, Five of Pentacles, all this weird kind of energy, and here you got the Nine of Cups that pops out as the conclusion of the day. And below the deck was the Ace of Pentacles. So I do feel like oh yeah, okay. I do feel like, look at those two. You have in the background there a way between those two pillars. And here in the Ace of Pentacles, you have the gateway. You have a new door of opportunity. Person, place, things, material, money, love. Coming to you. Being available, being open. A door had to close. So what? So the hell what? And below that Ace of Pentacles though was the Hierophant and the Ace of Swords. Ace of Spades, Ace of Swords. See what I'm saying? There's I think some things about work, career, finance, legal contracts, schooling, organizations. It comes to light, or there's a breakthrough there. There's some type of honesty that you come through. And I did say truths earlier with the Knight of Cups. Seeing this reminds me of a truth. Seeing this sword and with the laurel on the crown there reminds me of some type of truth. Like the truth brings a sense of balance to me. Order. King of Swords. Order. So in this regard, with the Hierophant, with it representing, higher learning and hierarchy, there's levels to this shit. And I think you've been going about it in the wrong way. So it's another win. This is the third ace that's popped up for y'all so far, just in this reading alone. And I know it's getting lengthy, so I do want to wrap it up. But I feel like you're more solid and stable than you even think you are. Yeah. I think you're more solid and stable than you even think you are. Whether it is a love relationship or, a new business venture you're taking up. Your finances, career, family. Like something came to a head like a pimple and busted. And then it's time to, the healing process. You have the Ace of Cups, definitely. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Like, now there's some type of clean slate, some type of shit. It's just time. If you've been getting the feeling that it's time anyway, and now instead of thinking about it, face the reality that it's here, and just roll with it and see where it takes you. That's all. That's my only advice. Magician, I just cut the deck, so. That reading was kind of all over the place, I know. I just said, whatever came to my heart, whatever came to my mind, because it's everybody's going through something different, and it's like I'm being pulled in a few different directions. But your actions speak louder than your words, and let your actions speak louder than your mind. Like, don't think yourself into a closed off position, or a position where you're just so stressed. It's Things are yours for the taking, and I mean, shit. You gotta rest up so you can see them. Take a load off your mind. Find a way to be quiet. Stare at a brick wall. I don't know. Whatever works for you. Praying, meditate, getting quiet, yoga. Keeping your hands busy while your mind wanders or races. But be productive in that. Like, maybe you could work yourself to a conclusion, or find something that relates to, a hypothetical situation that relates to something you're going through. Like, how would you handle it if it were just a regular old problem that wasn't yours? Sometimes when you advise other people on stuff, or talk to them about a situation, you just come to the conclusion of some shit. But when it comes to your own problems, they're so big, and they're so difficult, too hard to handle. You're biased. You have to be objective. Weigh them as if you were a person in authority and you were looking at a case file. How would you decide, or how would you move forward, or what conclusion could you come to? A summary, a consensus about whatever it is that's plaguing you so damn deeply. Because you have this Nine of Swords and this Hermit reverse that are pissing me off. Yes, they are. But you have shit right here. It's right here. It's waiting. It's right here. It's in your hands. Okay? So I hope that helped. I know these readings are getting longer and longer. I'm trying to cut it down for the next one. But I want you guys to enjoy your day. Take care of your damn self. Okay? Can't expect anybody to be the knight in shining armor here. That's what you have to be. For yourself and for others. To a certain extent. Okay? So, I will see y'all later. Take care. I'll come back.